Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Random number generator. Although Excel contains built-in functions to calculate random numbers, the random number generation tool is much more flexible because you can specify what type of distributions you want the random numbers to have. The example here shows the random number generation dialog box. The parameter section varies depending on the type of distributions that you select. Number of variables refers to the number of columns that you want, and number of random numbers refers to the number of rows you want. If you want 200 random numbers arranged in 10 columns of 20 rows, you specify 10 and 20 respectively in these fields. In the random seed field, you can specify the starting value that Excel uses in its random number generating algorithm. Usually, you leave this field blank. If you want to generate the same random number sequence, however, you can specify a seed between 1 and 32,767. You can create the following types of distributions via the distribution drop-down list in the random generation dialog box. Here you have the dialog box. We'll get to that in a second. We'll have the uniform. Every random number has an equal chance of being selected. You specify the number and lower limits. Here's a view of the actual number generation dialog box. Here we have the uniform. We have normal. The random number corresponds to a normal distribution. You specify the mean and standard deviation of the distribution. Bernoulli. The random numbers are either 0 or 1, determined by the probability of success that you specify. Binomial, this option returns random numbers based on Bernoulli distributions over a specific number of trials, given a probability of success that you specify. Binomial, this option returns random numbers based on a Bernoulli distribution over a number of trials, given a probability of success that you specify. Poisson, this option generates values in the Poisson distribution. The Poisson distribution is characterized by discrete events that occur in an interval where the probability of a single occurrence is proportional to the size of the interval. The lambda parameters is the expected number of occurrences in an interval. In a Poisson distribution, lambda is equal to the mean, which also is equal to the variance. And discrete, this option doesn't generate random numbers, rather it repeats a series of numbers and steps that you specify. And discrete, this option enables you to specify the probability that specific values are chosen. It requires a 2-column input range. The first column holds the values, and the second column holds the probability of each value being chosen. The value of the probabilities in the second column must equal 100%. And you can always fall back on this data here shown below. We're not going to go through every one of these examples. What we're going to do is we're going to just grab this, move it, because I'm just going to give you one example. Here's an example of uniform, normal, Bernoulli, binomial, Poisson, and pattern. You can use this as a starting point. You can experiment. You can play around with this tool. Here we have 100 rows. We'll just move this over just a hair. We'll go over here to data analysis, go to random number generation, whatever you want to do, number of variables, number. If you want to do nothing, just go output range. We want at least 100, right? Number of random numbers, we just want 100. Go uniform, and we want this right here under output range, right here. We'll hit go. Here we just have random numbers. If you're just doing general random numbers, you can just equal the rand and the rand between. If you need to get into more complex data random generation, then you can use this other stuff. But if you're just looking for simple rand, just hit rand, and you can see the other random options. If you want a random array, random between, you can use these tools. Otherwise, experiment with the random generation tool and input based on uniform, normal, Bernoulli, and discrete. And compare that data. Well, clearly your data is going to be different than this. Experiment and build your own random generation series. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, out. Williams out.